Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Joe Concannon. I'm the first vice president of the Queens Village Republican Club. With me today is Laurie Cardoza-Moore. I should say Dr. Laurie Cardoza-Moore. Laurie, welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So we've got our viewing committee is the members of the Queens Village Republican Club and those people that are watching us. Laurie is the founder and president of Proclaiming Justice to the Nations, PJTN. Laurie, why don't you tell us a little something about what you're doing?
Well, I'm here to talk about the textbook problem that we have in our schools across the country. In Tennessee, we found a textbook back in 2012 that had a quote that was promoting Palestinians blowing themselves up in a Jerusalem restaurant because they were waging war against Israeli government policies and army actions. Well, ironically, as we reviewed the textbook, not only did we find the anti-Semitic content, like the quote I just shared with you, but we found anti-American, anti-Judeo-Christian, anti-Israel content in our children's textbooks, which launched an investigation into the textbooks that are now being used across the country.
That's amazing. Now, let me ask you a question before we go on too long, because we don't have a lot of time in the state. What is the website? If people wanted to learn more about you, where could they go?
Absolutely. So you can go to pjtn.org. That's PJ Pajamas TN Tennessee.org.
Okay. And now, this is kind of interesting that your organization has evolved to the point where you're actually looking through textbooks, all right, and actually correcting some of the content, if I have that correct?
Absolutely.
For accuracy.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact,
educational textbooks being checked for accuracy.
Believe it or not.
Because
the textbooks,
a little ironic, wouldn't you think?
You would think that our textbooks would be historically accurate, unbiased, and reflect the values of Americans.
Now, I understand you had some success in Texas, and I also understand that there's some legislation involved. Tennessee. But I also understand that there's some legislation evolving in New York State. Can you tell me anything about that?
Tennessee developed some model legislation as to how our textbooks in Tennessee should be vetted properly, and that the textbooks, that there's a whole review process that has to happen that wasn't happening. Or the bias. And so now we've got other states that are looking at introducing similar legislation, like the state of New York. So it's very important that parents have their children or their grandchildren bring their history and geography textbooks home, review them, and all you have to do is go to the Middle East Studies section, go to the American History section, go to the section on the different religions. And people will see, especially our generation, because we remember being taught accurate history, and just review and see the content that's in our children's textbooks. And then I encourage parents and citizens, grandparents, to get involved in meeting with their school board members and holding them accountable for the content in the textbooks that are being used.
Well, Dr. Laurie Cardoza-Moore, thank you very much. That's about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes we have. All right, and I want to thank you for coming down. There's going to be more at the meeting tonight, and there'll be a recording that everybody can watch later on. But for now, that's it. And Doc, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
All right, everybody, tune in. The meeting's coming up next. Bye now.
Click.